All right, good Wednesday evening, everybody. David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center on what has been 2 days in one for the second day in a row. We started rainy and stormy. Did you get caught in the rain this morning? Heavy enough to cause some minor street ponding, some localized street flooding in Harris County. Bayous all came up a little bit. None of them came up near their banks. They all just were doing their job, but boy, they got busy. And now skies have cleared, storms have moved off. It's a beautiful afternoon and going to be just a beautiful evening out there. However, we're watching some storms in central Texas. Those might try to get into our western counties late this evening, so we'll take a look at that possibility. There's a big one near Austin right now. Scattered storms on Thursday. I think those will be heat of the day driven in the afternoon. Scattered thunder showers pop up, could dump some heavy rain and then go away as we head after sunset. And then I think we may do the same thing on Friday. Friday is an interesting day. We're actually going to have a front approach. This one may help to trigger a couple of scattered thunder showers Friday afternoon, but in the evening it's going to bring in lower humidity to the northern half of the area. So if you're in from Kingwood to the Woodlands, north to Conroe and Livingston and Huntsville, Friday night may be delightful for you while the rest of us sweat south of I-10. Rain chances next several days, 40% tomorrow, 30% on Friday, 20% Saturday, 30% Sunday, dropping it to 0 on Monday. So really it's a couple of more days with an elevated rain chance, and then rain chances kind of settle down as we head into the weekend, and next week going into a more, we'll just say, quiet pattern for the moment. Seems things never really get to be quiet for long around here. What a beautiful day. Looking to the west now, gorgeous. High temp today, not in, low's not in, normal's 90, record's 98, record low is 54, set back in 1901. Yeah, it hasn't updated for the day. We'll wait and see and get that later. I think we stayed only in the low to mid 80s for highs today, although sun did get us up into the upper 80s. We'll see what it is now. Yeah, Bush 82, Hobby 80, Sugar Land 83. So recovering with the sun coming out. But, you know, once the sun broke out, we were already into the later afternoon, so tough to get temperatures much above the low to mid 80s. Brenham's 81, Columbus at 83. So it's been temperature-wise a comfortable day. Very wet in the morning and then just beautiful this afternoon and evening. Oh, Galveston. Man, I wish I was there. What a beautiful evening to walk on the beach. I see somebody down there doing some beach combing right now. Lucky. Current temps across the state of Texas. So there's Houston at 82. Austin's 86. San Antonio 86. Del Rio 93. Nothing really jumps out at us here as far as temperatures. But these temps here, Austin and San Antonio, have gotten hot enough, and their atmosphere here has not been worked over, that they have a chance, and they are getting some thunderstorms moving into central Texas right now, and we're watching to see if any of that can get in here. Again, I'm going to go over that here in just a moment. Rain totals, this is the last 12 hours, so basically today, heaviest rain down toward Wharton, El Campo, and Matagorda County. The yellow areas representing 2.5 to 3, maybe 3.5 inches of rain in some of the spots down there this morning. One little spot over the bay, 3 inches of rain or so. Rest of the area in green, you're between 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches to 2 inches. In Harris County, nothing over the top. We saw rain totals from this morning's rain, ranging from, let's see, 1/2 inch as you head out toward Lake Houston, almost 2 inches up toward the Cypress area, 1.25 inch rain, Jersey Village, down toward the Bel Air area, about 1 inch of rain or so. Had 1 inch of rain out toward Katy, Mont Belvieu. You guys had 1/2 inch of rain. So enough to really get the garden soaked. But because the ground is getting saturated, was our third round of rain. What quickly fell into our little bayou system here. I say little bayou system. It's a massive bayou system. And the bayous came up a little bit, and now they're all going back down. So we're not having any trouble with the bayous, but stay away from them as they are busy and dangerous right now with water flowing toward Galveston Bay. Here's the radar loop over the past couple of hours. So the rain from this morning exiting through Louisiana now, there it goes. We're in between systems. There's a little system here that triggered some big thunderstorms in north central Texas a little bit ago. Austin under a severe thunderstorm warning, that one producing hail and gusty wind right now. Another storm well back to its north and west. This storm near Austin, this is a big one. This is a mighty, mighty thunderstorm, destructive thunderstorm. Winds gusting to 60 estimated by radar. Tornado possible. It is showing signs of some rotation. Hail size 3 inches in diameter. That's a big plum. That's almost a tennis ball size. big destructive hail between Round Rock and Austin right now from that massive thunderstorm there. So that's feeding off that heat I showed you, the mid to upper 80s that they ended up getting to here in central Texas, the heat feeding the thunderstorm there. So a destructive thunderstorm in Austin now. The question has been, will that storm be able to ride in to southeast Texas late tonight? And earlier high-res models did bring those storms in here, but the latest runs have backed off. And the Storm Prediction Center says, here's where the severe threat really is, central Texas, where the storms are right now. But if the storms try to get into Houston, they're going to get into that worked over atmosphere. And so our threat is a 1 out of 5 tiered scale. So it's a low threat, if any. And we take a look at the computer runs on how we think this is going to play out. And again, this is the very latest update. For those of you at home, this is the HRR, the rapid refresh. Here we are. It's picking up on the storms near Austin at 6:30. So it has started very clear with a good picture of where we are. And it does bring in some scattered thunder showers into Austin, maybe into Colorado County, toward the Brenham area by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So if you're barbecuing tonight out in our western counties, you could see some rain and thunder here as we get toward 9 o'clock. We push deeper into the evening by 11:30. It's gone. As it tries to push closer to Houston, it just evaporates. And that's the second run in a row where it's evaporating the storms between Brenham and Houston. So it's looking unlikely that we're going to get any of that in the Houston area tonight. We could see some lingering showers weakening as they approach Brenham to Columbus to Industry in Austin County tonight by 11:30 p.m. But that's it. It'll fizzle out quickly. Overnight looks quiet. 7 a.m., what are you doing tomorrow morning? We start quiet. Looks good. We'll go into the afternoon and we'll get enough heat and enough humidity to bubble up scattered thunderstorms. We're still in a rather unstable atmosphere. So by noon 1, 2, we get the rain and thunder showers popping up. Computers want to put it along and south of I-10. Some of those could easily drift further north. So really everywhere you go, we're going to give it a 60% chance for rain and thunder showers tomorrow, although it is less likely the further north you go that you'll get in on the rain and thunder. But El Campo to Bay City, Angleton to Pearland to Friendswood to League City to Galveston, you guys had the best chance for rain. And then it fizzles as we head towards 6 o'clock. It'll be diurnally driven. The heat of the day bubbles it up, and when we start losing the heat of the day, it fizzles out. That is the front that I mentioned earlier. So this is going into Thursday, fronts to our north. As we push into Friday, it is forecast to push through. Now, it may help to trigger a couple of afternoon thunderstorms on Friday, but it's also going to bring in some lower humidity across our northern county. So the dark green, very humid air, dew points very high and sticky. This is tomorrow afternoon and evening, just an early summer day for us. But there's the boundary. And it pushes in, and as it does, it's going to scour out a lot of the humidity. Now, dew points, that's what you're looking at. When you have dew points in the 70s, that's very humid, that's very summer-like. Dew points in the 50s and low 60s, that compared feels like springtime. You can run an extra mile in that, extra fast. So by 10 o'clock Friday night, front pushes in, stalls out, north side gets a little relief, south side, we stay sticky with dew points even up to 75 down on the coast. Drought update, we're doing pretty good in the Houston area. It does get very dry towards San Antonio and the Big Bend and out in West Texas. So the rainfall outlook, nothing over the top, near normal rain chances for Houston, maybe a little bit above normal for West Texas as we get into the first full week of June. And then heat looks like we will be above normal by a few degrees as we head into the first week of June as well here in Houston and southeast Texas. Hurricane season begins in 4 days, starts on June the 1st. This year, we're not going to get a May storm. It seems about every other year, every 2 years or so, 2.5 years, we get a storm, a named system in the month of May out in the Atlantic, but not this year. Just a cluster of storms here, nothing showing any signs of development. Gulf of Mexico is quiet except for a couple of thunderstorms. Now, that being said, we do have tropical depression number 1 over here in the eastern Pacific. There's Mexico, there's TD number 1. It's disorganized. It's forecast to strengthen into a named system. Alvin would be its name if it can strengthen, and then move northwest and then weaken as it reaches the southern tip of the Baja near Cabo San Lucas. They'll get some rain. That looks like about the worst of it right now. We'll keep an eye on that for the folks in Cabo. There's plenty of dust out here and forecast to stay out here over the open basin of the Atlantic. That dust is common, especially in the early season. That's quite often why we get off to a slow start in the first couple of months of hurricane season. Later in the season, that dust becomes less prevalent. But right now, there's plenty of dust, and that may keep things quiet for at least the foreseeable future. We really just take it one day at a time in hurricane season. Things can change and happen and bubble up very quickly out there. Thursday's forecast, partly cloudy in the morning. Nice morning, 72, 84 by noon. We'll give it a 60% chance for scattered showers and thunder showers to blossom in the heat of the afternoon tomorrow, high of 88. The extended forecast, Friday, 30% chance for scattered showers. Maybe a little more comfortable north side on Saturday. We'll go 68, 91. Sunday, early summer, 70, 92, 30% chance for a shower. So a slight chance for a scattered shower each day. And then typical normal early summer weather, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. All right, that is where we stand on this Wednesday evening, guys. Have a good one.